just tweet
So
it.
are we officially in this, or like?
Yeah, we got people here, man. We're starting. Go, Shalay.
All right.
Ah.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I was on the call with the
Alright,
bank, dude.
let's
So sorry.
Just kidding, mate. Oh yeah.
All right.
You still use that?
You still use banks?
Take a crypto.
Yeah, dude. I know. I need to get myself like what was it? A crypto.com card or a Nexo card or something like that.
How does that
This
work?
rate.
How does that work with taxes? Like using a crypto.com.
Taxes.
Do you not pay
Yeah,
taxes?
that's a really good question. I think in America you do, because whenever you exchange, because technically what you're doing, right, you're exchanging crypto for USD for the asset, and so it touches USD, so you're liquidating that crypto for an asset, so it's like capital gains, I would think. Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want to know what I was thinking of the other day? Because don't you guys get like don't you get like 2 to 3% cash back on any purchases?
Basically, yeah.
What if you owned an ATM machine and then just continued to swipe it?
Oh god.
You just
It
game
would
the
work.
system.
Oh
would
my
work.
god, dude. Well, that's like what was it like? That's like Sybil attacking the system, bro. That's
oh, I know. Whatever.
well, but they actually, as the provider of the Visa card service, can't they like detect fraudulent activity like that?
Well, I don't know. Is it fraudulent?
I would say so. I would consider that suspicious activity. Yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone here have a crypto.com card?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I've heard people were sending people money on PayPal and it was getting cashbacks, and they had to block that because like he would just send like $10 to his mate, and then he would send $10 back, and they'd both get like, it would just be like a 3% gain or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a scam.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just rigging the system.
Yeah.
They look really nice. Are they metal?
Dude, I kind of want one.
I could care less about how they look. All I want is the ability to freely convert my crypto into cash, like instantaneously.
Mate, I'm the opposite. I don't give a shit about that. I just want to hold that metal card and flash it in a shop and be like, "What's up, son?" Like that's.
Hey,
Nice.
I like
Probably
the.
put USDT on it.
I like the gold one,
well, you have Matt Damon shilling crypto.com for you, man. So you
mate.
definitely can flash it.
Crypto.com is everywhere. Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, I watch
Yeah.
UFC and it's front and center on every single fight kit. I watch Formula One today, which was awesome. And every time they crash now, they crash into a crypto.com sign. It's everywhere, man. And
Dude, I saw Tezos actually sponsoring a Formula One racer as well
yeah,
recently.
yeah.
French, probably.
I think they
But
sponsored
it's crazy.
McLaren. I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, crypto. These crypto companies got a lot of money. Like Crypto.com bought their naming rights to American Stadium, didn't they?
Staples Center. This is in LA. It's a huge center. So absolutely, you're 100% right, man. Like I'm seeing them on all the American sports games, like football. They're on every single Sunday. So their margins must be insane. They must have insane margins right now. Like, if they go public, they're going to like. That might signal the top. Like crypto.com going public might signal the top, but it's going to be a sick IPO for sure.
Crypto.com, right? Maybe I'm ignorant. I don't really know what they do.
So obviously they provide like financing services for your crypto, right?
Okay.
So that's step one. Step two, though, is that a little unknown secret is that for the crypto that you deposit, there's like rehypothecation, which if people don't know what that means, that's like basically banks lending each other assets like of deposits that they own. And it's kind of like this weird derivative market. And so that's how they can get all these crazy yields up to like 10-14%. Because they're doing this weird, they're giving banks access to crypto assets and then also giving them the ability to 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay.
Well, that's, yeah.
Okay. Hold on.
Crypto.com is just literally going to the moon, hasn't it?
I know.
Someone told me that.
I'm just looking at the chart right now.
You got the chart up? Oh yeah, I see it.
It's yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's literally. I mean, it's the 14th biggest crypto company right now.
Holy fuck! 14 billion.
Mm-hmm.
My God.
I know.
It's turned bearish.
And do you think if they didn't have crypto.com, right? If this was just called Axel or some other bullshit, do you think they would be number 14, or do you think that name holds an incredible amount of weight?
Yeah, I'd say the branding's everything. Because really, like, their service isn't. I mean, the card's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, the card's pretty cool. But that's really the only unique thing about them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool card, but it's not $14 billion worth of market cap cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, like I didn't even know what the token does, but I'm pretty sure you gotta buy like a certain amount to get the yields in the card and stuff.
That's good.
Classic.
I saw a clip yesterday, and it was I think it was Charles. This is Charles Leclerc. So it was the view from the camera on his car as he's crashing into it, and he like crashes into it, smashes up the barrier. The only thing you see is crypto.com, and it's like the same day that the entire market crashed. So it was like, yeah, that's pretty fitting, you know.
That's kind of like a good segue, and thank you to everyone that's joined. We've actually already got 25 people in here, 27.
Lovely.
So that's great. Basically, the market's been tricky. I mean, there's really no way to put it softly. This cycle really is very different to the last cycles, in my opinion. Bitcoin's behaving in almost a 12-month range now, if you really think about it. I mean, we hit high 60s in the early year, and we've just been kind of ranging for the good part of 6+ months, going sideways. Obviously, people are looking at the failed all-time high break as bearish, and obviously it kind of is. It played out. Stonks are nuking on the back of Omicron. People are getting fearful. It's a tough market to trade, and I guess in environments like this, if you're up, multitudes of dollars, like I'm talking like, you've made like enough money that's life-changing, and you haven't taken even like enough cash to get you through another year or something like that. You need to be like, I don't know, not Ghost, Dread, is he? He's on here, is he?
Oh, he's somewhere.
Dread, I don't know about you, man, but I find like in these times, it's better to go slow. Mm-hmm. If you're unsure on what's happening in the market, just take things slow, guys. I don't know if many of you guys are leverage trading. Probably, I hope not, because a lot of people get fucked on it.
Yeah.
But basically, just take things slow. Look for value, wait for good entries. Sit on your hands a little bit, protect what you've got, because right now this market is hard to know where it's going. Let's be honest. No one knows where we're going right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that's kind of what I would say is look for value. And if you don't know what you're doing or you don't have a plan, just sit it out, because, people will get burnt trying to buy, if this is the top of it's the top of the bull run and like we get a whole bear cycle and stuff, people will buy dips on the way down.
The Wi-Fi network. You might want to change the settings for the Google Home app.
What the fuck?
Who's that?
Holy shit. I don't know. My family's got one of those Google Nests and it just started talking to me.
Imagine it just said, this is the top, Luke. Sell everything.
Not even connected to the internet. It's just like sell Luke.
I feel like
but yeah, guys.
I feel like this is like a really important demonstration of like it's a perfect example of the fact that you should be taking profits, at some point or another, because if you're in this space, and we've all done it, like let's just say, for example, you have a certain amount of quant, and let's just say for example's sake, it's 100% of your portfolio. Like, it's easy to sit there and say, well, when quant goes to $1,000 or $10,000, I'll have this much money, right? And when you're, on your calculator and you're looking at how much that would be worth when your amount goes to $10,000, obviously, the more that you have, the more enticing it's going to look. So you're going to say, I'll be a fucking millionaire. I'll have this much money. But people always forget that to get to that point, it's so fucking difficult. Like this market is brutal, and it will fuck you over at every corner. You know, it is the most volatile market in the world. So, like, yes, the ideal scenario is right now Quant's at, well, where is Quant? Quant is at $169, right? But you know, once it gets to $10,000, that'd be amazing. But the point is that to get to that point, it's going to take a long fucking time, and it's a really turbulent journey, you know? And it's only the people who really stick it out are going to make it to that point. And the people who make it to that point are the ones who realize that it's not just about the future, it's about the present. So if you're not taking care of yourself right now, you're probably not going to get to that point. So like saying to yourself, yeah, so if I sell a little bit now, right? And obviously this isn't financial. I know we have to say that. It's not financial advice. But like, if you say, let's just say, for example, you have 100 Quant, right? And it goes to $10,000 and you make a ton of money. So you say, well, you know, when it's $100, I'm going to be fucking rich. But if you had 90 Quant, you would still have a lot of fucking money when it hit $10,000, right? But selling that 10 Quant, let's just say it goes up a little bit more, you take a little bit out, and it, you know, pushes you over for the next year, right? Obviously, these numbers are a bit all over the place. I'm not actually taking into account what it actually is worth. But like, just by taking that 10% of your portfolio or 5% of your portfolio and kind of ticking yourself over for the next year, the next 2 years, you know, that allows you the freedom and the breathing space to get to that point when it does hit those big numbers. Because if you're not doing that, if you're not taking care of yourself right now, you're probably never going to get to that point. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like so many people are like just looking towards the future and they're not taking care of themselves. Like,
yeah, I guess it's also like time horizons too. Like, you know, if you're expecting, you know, to make, you know, wait for the 4 or 5 digit QNT, you know, you have to understand that that's not something that happens probably even this, like in the next 12 months. Like that's in some serious gains. It's like, you know, we've been here since like sub $1 QNT, and that's fucking borderline 4 years at this point. You know, like it's not just like a quick journey. And I think defining your time horizons for every investment is important, because if you're comfortable sitting on something for 5-6 years, and as you said, you're thinking about yourself in the present, you're comfortable to ride that long, the mental endurance or like emotional toll is less. Now, like what I say to that is like, I'll use this as a good example as to why you should, like, if everything's going ballistic in crypto, you should at least cash some trades or something so you've got money to live on. But think of it like this. If you are all in crypto right now, and there's probably some people listening to me, if you're all in crypto right now and you've just watched your portfolio nuke like 30% in the last few months or whatever from all-time highs, you're probably thinking, God, no, am I going to sell now? But, you know, I'm going to try and get out high. I'm going to hold. I'm going to do this. You know, it could potentially bleed for another year. That toll and stress on you, because you're fully in, makes it like the pressure so much greater. If you understand what I mean. It's like if you had a little bit of like a cushion, or, you know, you weren't 100% in, you're able to weather, as Drev was saying, you're able to weather the turbulence for the long term. You don't have this emotional, like, it's almost like emotional decay. Like every morning you wake up and think, holy fuck, am I ruined today? It's like, no, like you shouldn't have that. And so like for me personally, like, when I was like trading a lot of the stuff, because like obviously like I have long-term bags like Quant and stuff like that, but you know, I do like trade like altcoins and stuff like this market. You know, I quit my job to do this stuff at home, but you know, I have enough cash that, you know, if the market is untradeable for 2 years, I can like walk away and go fishing for 2 years. You know, so like I'm comfortable in the moment. You know what I mean? Like that's it. It's a very good point, Dred. You got to learn to like not overextend yourself, where that if this is the top, in 12 to 18 months, you are not like, you know, on the street crying, because that's like, no one wants that. Like no one wants that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like this is like stuff that me and my wife talked about a lot. Like, you know, I don't know, I guess a bit of transparency. Like last year, I mean, we're talking, where are we now? We're in December. Fucking hell, we're in December. That's crazy. So like, I would say like August last year, I was still in a job. Like I still had a 9-to-5 job, and that was my life, you know. And I said, when I have made a decent amount of money, you know, obviously not life-changing money, but a decent amount of money, then I'm going to take enough out to make sure that I never have to go back to work again. So like when I first started, my plan was, well, you know, if I make a good amount of money, I'm going to take out my year's wages and tie me over for a year, you know? So my plan was, well, I'll just tie myself over for a year. And then my plan was, well, if I can really get some passive income, then that changes everything. Because if the bear market comes and I have enough passive income to replace my income that I was getting from my job, then all of a sudden it changes, because I'm no longer going to my job and thinking, fuck, we're in a 2-year bear market, all the markets are going down, your whole portfolio is getting crushed, everything's depressing, I want to kill myself and all shit like that. Like, with passive income, I can be at home, you know, I'm with my family, I know I don't have to go back to that life. It's a step up, you know, from being in a job and working for someone else to having passive income and not working, you know. So like, it's those incremental steps, and that would not be possible if you wasn't willing to take some profit from time to time, because you'd always just be thinking of that one goal at the end of the rainbow, you know. So like, I don't know, I just think a lot of people lose that, and like people need to ask themselves that question, because maybe this isn't, you know, maybe this is just a blip and then the bull market resumes, and it's totally possible, right? But let's just say this is the end.
It's not.
Let's just say it's the bear market. It's coming, right? You want to have had to have got something out of all of this momentum, you know? Because once all this comes back down, what have you got to show for it? What have you got to show for it? Other than some tokens that are now worth 80% less. Do you know what I mean?
Guys, sorry about that. I mean to leave so abruptly.
It's so fucking rude, mate. We're live and you're... Honestly, mate, I'm so fucking annoyed.
For being honest. The listeners are here for Ghost.
No.
We had so many listeners leave.
Dreads definitely.
Literally lost half the viewers.
What do we have like 30 people here, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And we're recording this, by the way, and it'll be archived for our YouTube channel as well. So for anyone who misses it, don't worry.
It's no Quant Roundtable turnout, but you know, it's pretty good.
Hey, it's the first one.
The first Quant Roundtable had like 400 people, bro.
Wow. Okay, way to make us feel like crap. God damn.
Yeah, wow.
Fucking losers sitting there listening to us.
No. I have a question to ask you. It's kind of a theoretical one.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how like right now Gary Gensler and Eric Clapton, they just recently met, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they basically had like a decision that was like anything that had an ICO was a security.
Okay.
Right, when they rolled it out. So and just to riff off this like passive income meme, which is a great meme. It works so well. Like it's like really effective. The vision is intoxicating because a lot of people really desire these, not only one stream of passive income, but like multiple streams. And that's really what you can say is how you make it.
Mm-hmm.
So why does passive income and the expectation of that not make the crypto you're holding a security, when a security is defined by a financial instrument that you benefit from the effort of other people's work?
Depends how the yields are paid, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Because
in my opinion, if you're earning yield or passive income from AMM fees, you're not really making you're not making an earning from the company making a profit. You're making an earning from the platform fees. And as a decentralized token or whatever, that's what you're supposed to be making the money from. Is the network,
or I guess like in the case of Quant, like you're operating a gateway then, right? So you're doing something.
Yeah.
It's not just passive income. You're actually doing something for the...
Yeah, it's not dividends. It's like your capital is working for it. It's like in an AMM, you are literally market making the books and you get trading fees for it. That's a bit different than, say, Uniswap making $100 million in trading fees and giving 25% as the dividend payout. You know, that's my opinion anyway.
Absolutely.
Pretty much.
No, I mean that makes sense to me.
I mean, when I'm talking about passive income, I'm talking about like, you know, renting out a flat. You know, I'm not looking to make that passive income from crypto is okay. That's the thing, but that's not my goal. You know. But yeah, so what do you think is going to happen, like in terms of like regulations in with obviously there's a big spotlight right now in terms of like Gary Gensler, Jay Clayton, and stuff like that. But how do you see this playing out over the like, next 12 months or so?
If that's addressed to me, I guess you can. I think they're going to move really quick on this. I think they're going to move really quick because obviously, you know, we're all quant nerds. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a huge revenue stream that the government's not capturing without a regulatory framework. Just flat out, you know, and as well, like, so if we all really want like true hyper Bitcoinization, right? Like the way that happens is through like these sort of instruments, which are like Bitcoin bonds, you know, like the ones El Salvador is rolling out, where they're offering to like to 50% goes to like I think mining power, and then 50% goes to like buying BTC. So it's like this weird like speculative hedge, and as well as like a an actual utilitarian approach like BTC, as opposed to just all in FOMO, just buy the dip kind of thing. And it's really powerful, really, because you see this nation state tying itself to the well-being of this incredibly volatile but also incredibly promising like OG crypto asset. And if that makes waves and that changes the lives of so many untold like or all of this population of El Salvador, you can't like the transformational effect it will have not only in our financial system but also the methods of governance can be untold. And you'll see like, so currently, right, there's something called the Basel Edicts. These are regulatory regimes of banking, where it basically considers what kind of collateral you have, how much you need, and the grade by which the collateral is considered sufficiently backing the liabilities you have. And currently, like something like Bitcoin is nothing. But if Bitcoin becomes an asset that is considered to be worthy of credit creation, meaning that people can loan things on it, that like again, whole new ball game, and regulation is absolutely necessary for this to be considered institutionally relevant. So until that comes, we're not going to see that happen, and hyper Bitcoinization will just will be slower going, you know. So that's kind of the way I look at it. And also Nayib Bukele. He's so based. Bukele. He's I don't think he's Italian.
Bukele. Did you see him tweet to Peter Schiff?
So based.
My God.
Oh yeah, dude. Just burned his ass live. Right on Twitter.
So Peter Schiff said, "There's a lot more dips coming. How much taxpayer money do you intend to waste?" And Nayib said, "None. We're already in the green from our last purchase in less than 24 hours. You know, Boomer, we have 44,106 ounces of gold in our reserves, worth $79 million, down 0.37% from a year ago. If we had sold it a year ago and bought Bitcoin, it would now be worth $204 million."
Just an absolute roast.
I mean, Peter Schiff. I actually listened to Peter Schiff.
He's just a meme.
I know. I listened to Peter Schiff on Anthony Pompliano's show the other day. The what's it called? The best something. So, and I tried to give him like the benefit of the doubt. You know, like he's gone onto a crypto show, and he's going to defend his points of why he's against Bitcoin. But a lot of his talking points were just kind of nonsensical. You know, and it kind of
it's nonsense at this point. You know, all the arguments are becoming one by one like refuted, are they not?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't understand how in this. I mean, his whole argument is that Bitcoin essentially acts as a Ponzi. But I don't see how he gets to that point. Like he repeats that a lot, but he doesn't actually explain why. You know?
Well, it's because he doesn't understand how it works.
I guess.
You know, it's like Charlie Munger. You know, he's the partner of Berkshire Hathaway with Warren Buffett. He's at this point, he's just basically closing his eyes, putting his fingers in his ears, and going la 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 la. Like,
I mean, he is literally
trying to ignore Bitcoin exists.
He is literally circling the drain. Like, he is very old. So, like, even if this comes to fruition, like this whole kind of utopian,
circling the drain. Terrible.
But it's true, right?
Oh my god,
it's true.
It's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
So, like, he's even if this does,
you see that he wishes cryptocurrencies had never been invented. I mean, he hates them.
He admires China for banning them. I mean, look at these guys. Like, I have a lot of respect for Warren Buffett and I guess Charlie Munger.
Who doesn't?
But like, just say, if you just come out and say, look, I'm old, I don't understand all that crap, it's not for me. Fair enough, you know? A lot of people just have respect for that and say, okay. But to come out and like try and down talk it like you know what you're talking about, like this isn't a farm. It's just like, come on, man. Like,
this isn't real estate.
It's crazy. It's like, have you seen that interview that he did?
Which one? No.
Warren Buffett. Like they said that they were talking about how does Bitcoin have like an inherent value, right? And his response was, well, when you have a farm, it's like, and it's just like, you're so far removed from what you are talking about, you know, like what you think you know. It's so silly, man. Like, just admit it.
I talk about this a lot when I talk about like generational in like environmental factors. And like, it's very easy for someone like me to get crypto because I've grown up playing video games where digital items are rare, scarce, and worth money. Young kids get that shit. You know, like old people don't get that stuff. Like an old person doesn't get what a CSGO skin market is. You know what I mean? But like us, people literally made a living, you know, selling stuff on CSGO, RuneScape.
Oh,
it's like
RuneScape.
We were brought up with this shit. Yeah, a lot of traders are RuneScapers.
Do you know that the Grecian economist that brought Greece out of the 2008 crisis actually was hired by Valve to model the TF2 like rare item economy, and he helped design the loot boxes.
Wow.
He really did. So like Valve, even though like they banned NFTs from games on their platform, they're actually pretty progressive about this, and I think they're gonna flip the script pretty soon, honestly.
It's crazy, man.
We also had a question, and Ghost, this might be one we can touch on it in a bit of depth. Danny, thank you for the question. He asked, when do you think will be the reason for real price growth for QNT, not driven by speculation, but institution using it on a massive scale? Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I would love to hear what you have to say, and then I can build off that.
Okay. So we've actually made a video once, Ghost and I, where we broke down every single factor on demand and supply for like the QNT token. Now you asked, you know, when will it not be driven by speculation? I don't think there'll ever be a part where QNT isn't driven partly by speculation, but it's not a gray or like it's not black and white. You know what I mean? It's a combination of factors. If you have an underlying network where you have an underlying demand and scarce tokenomics like you do in QNT, you know, there's no inflation. The supply is pretty much fully circulating already. At this point, any institutional adoption or clients going live on the network eats QNT. And basically what you do is you just add more bid side demand. You're just adding bid side demand to that equation. Is it going to be the sole factor? Hell no. Is it going to be the driving factor? Potentially. But is it a factor? Yes. And so that's kind of my opinion. It's like, do I think we're at the point yet where utility is in the driver's seat? No. Do I think we'll get there? Yes. But I don't think it's not going to be overnight. You know, like these networks, and stuff like that. Like they take years. And guys, please, like speculation, in this market, I know I don't even know if speculation is the right word to use anymore. I mean, if you look at the stock market bubble, if you call that speculation as well, it's the same shit. I mean, all of this stuff is wildly overvalued if you're looking about fundamental, typical like, dividend discounting cash flows and all that models. Like all that shit's out the window these days.
Luke,
so I think most markets, yes.
You can actually simplify like the market's actions down at the current moment, especially of the stock market, to inflated expectations based off of signaling from the central bank. So it is basically all speculation.
Right, but but I mean, what is speculation these days then? I mean, it's
everything, and it's speculation on the most massive scale, possibly building the biggest bubble we have ever seen. That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, but then so people who buy precious metals because they think the dollar's in for a spiral, they're speculating on that fact as well.
Harder money, so Bitcoin's going to beat them out.
I guess what I'm trying to say is like markets, like speculation isn't like something that is ever going away. Like markets price in premiums all the time. It's the same reason Tesla's so overvalued. Do you think Tesla's worth that much now if we're talking about real numbers, dividends and stuff? No, people are pricing it in because they believe in the vision, they believe in Elon, and they're willing to pay a premium for that. So in my opinion, speculation just equals premium in the market. So yeah, I don't know. That's my kind of point. See what you guys think.
Yeah, to build off what Luke said in our video about tokenomic superiority, something Luke and I definitely harp on again and again is how good tokenomic and cryptoeconomic systems incentivize speculation and then take that speculation and convert it into utility via game theory. And Bitcoin does this spectacularly, and this is why Bitcoin's the hardest money available. And so when Q&T, when the OVN is live, then this mechanism will be in place, and we can see these sort of virtuous tokenomic cycles to begin. And the whole price, what is it like? Supply side crisis? Would that be? Is that what they call it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just more factors affecting the supply and demand, and at the end of the day, that's just factors that help the price. If let's say you've got $20-30 million worth of business contracts bidding on Q&T across the year, that's $20-30 million of bid support that you get throughout the year. You know what I mean? It's just like these are just factors. It's like a massive swinging pendulum, and you blow here, you touch here, you tabble there. It's like everything kind of just like. You know what I mean? Like it's all just like one big fucking kerfuffle.
Dude, look at this video, and what you just said is exactly what I'm imagining when you say that. Hold on. Okay. But while I link this, I just want to say there is a so there's a white paper that MIT and Quant just released together, and it was all about how MLTs, multi-ledger tokens, can be used in order to foster like the adoption of retail using CBDC. And that, I think, is actually one of the key verticals that I think Quant has almost been given like the Queen's blessing, I guess you could say, of approaching, which is that they they're providing institutional infrastructure for central banks and multinational central banks, and then Quant themselves partner with the likes of Visa, MasterCard, etc. will be using MLT tech to actually capture retail adoption of CBDCs and funnel that into the Q&T token. And so it doesn't even have to be held on the end user. It just has to be used. And the mere act of using it is enough friction to foster incredible utility valuations alone. And then you add the speculative premium on top, and then you add the hierarchy staking in order for community gateways in order to compete for revenues, and it goes on and on and on and on. So that's a huge revenue opportunity there. But yeah, so whenever you said pulling this knob over here and pull this thing.
Yeah.
I think of this video. So
Shall I play it?
What is it? Very unusual.
Let
Yeah,
me play it.
Hit it, Joe.
That's it, mate.
Isn't it sick?
He's going hard.
Dude, he's doing bangers.
That is gangster.
Jesus.
I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding, dude. Oh, you know he knows how to fix his own car for sure.
He could do it. This guy could do. This guy could do anything he put his mind to.
It's like those one-man band things where the guy's like playing the drum, the banjo, the piano, and singing all at once, and you're like, "Holy shit!"
I think this is how they made Looney Tunes like music, you know, before. Yeah, I really do. It's amazing.
Just one guy like snorting a line of coke and then like go nuts.
or just drinking as much coffee as he possibly can.
So, did anyone else have any questions? I feel like we kind of tried to answer your question best there, Danny. Obviously, we don't really have a crystal ball, but yeah.
That was a great video. Yeah, so I mean, with a lot of this, you know, like we didn't actually get Ghost's opinion on the market at the moment because obviously he wasn't here.
Oh.
So I'd be interested to know what you think around the current state of the market. You know, obviously,
yeah,
a lot of people think we're, you know, the end is nigh, all of that shit. But what do you think?
Well,
where's your opinion?
Well, when the bears are rejoicing, that's when you buy. But that's just like basic advice, right? You know, when there's blood in the streets, it's good to get capital ready.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to like have a good perspective on this, it's nice to not be so myopic about crypto and to really, honestly, everyone here, if you're listening, challenge yourselves not to just be about crypto, but understand macro, understand how economies work. And if you look at that perspective, you won't be so like, oh God, we're down 30%. And holy shit, we're up 40% today. Good God Almighty. Like clutching your pearls. You know,
Who the fuck is that guy?
That's whoever that is, you know. But,
that really tickled me.
So yeah, we so honestly, the one thing I can say is that check out the euro dollar curve at the moment, the yield curve. This is the LIBOR, so the London Interbank repo, basically the lending rate by which banks lend to each other from the USA banks to the European banks. This is like. And it's at a critical point. Like if y'all were you recalling like how like inversion of the yield curve of the American bonds? Remember how that meme was like all over the place? Like I think like 8 months ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
So this signal right here is even more important than that of the than that yield curve. And it's the last few times that this flipped. So this is where, so if you know how the bonds work, right? Bonds are debts and they have yield because this is like, why should you hold the debt? Oh, you get this yield and you get interest on this yield over time. The short-term yields have low yields. The short-term bonds have low yields and the long-term bonds have longer yields. But when the short-term bonds have higher yields than a longer period bond on the yield curve, that signals major potential problems systemically. Like there's something wrong there. Like that's not normal. That's not healthy. Like, and you see this happen all the time, or you're more vulnerable to it when the yield curve is flat. So, and we've been flat for a long time, and we've been driving yields down to zero and even negative for so long. So we inverted like this past week. And so this is like the last time this happened was 2006, before 2008, and then 2018 as well, and it's happening again in 2021. So this signals that there's some great systemic risk ahead. And in fact, I would even say, instead of inflation, where everyone's hype about inflationary memes and like, oh, the dollar's going to zero, blah, blah, blah. But in the meantime, we have this really important economic signal saying, no, wait, no, there's huge deflationary risks based on how the market is signaling via the most consequential signal, which is price. So yeah, Danny, with regard to reading on macro, I recommend just like digging into institutions, digging into like who provides the structure, how do they provide it, who's the BIS, who's the IMF, who's the World Bank, what do they do, why are they so effective, and why are they so important. And for in particular, I can't take credit for awareness about this yield curve inversion because I took it straight from these guys at Eurodollar University. So Emil Kolonowski and Jeffrey Snyder. And so they are ballers, if you could ever use the term here. But yeah, so that's what I think. It's like basically we had a deflationary dollar event happen, and it happened across all markets. You saw stocks capitulated, crypto capitulated, and I'm pretty sure gold capitulated and oil capitulated. Everything priced in dollars capitulated. Everything. So this is a macro thing. This is not just crypto. And so everyone's saying, oh, the cycle's done, crypto's wrecked, blah, 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 blah. They don't know what they're talking about. They're not paying attention to what's actually happening in the market. So I would just hodl, guys. If you know what you have and you know when you have it, then you don't have to worry. So just hodl. It'll be all good. And watch Eurodollar University. You'll learn a lot. So that's my thoughts in general. A little bit deeper than I think most are expecting. But yeah.
It's good to have different opinion. I think we're fucked, but I didn't want to say that. No, I'm joking.
Really? Okay, I was about to say.
I can sum it up very simply. We're all fucked. Okay.
Well, why are you here? Sell everything. Get off the Roundtable. Just rug. Just go.
I'm out of here, guys. Bye. So I guess
speaking of which,
we
I do have to go though.
Okay. Well, if you want to jump off, we'll last. Me and Luke can handle this last question, and we'll call it a day on this one. How about that?
Okay. I was going to say, before we go, everyone say one project that they think, or let's just talk about what you guys are looking for in the market, like value wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like some fresh stuff. Like obviously we've got the A0 launch coming out soon. I think that's a pretty fucking anticipated one in especially in the Roundtable. I actually don't have any A0 yet. I don't even know. I don't want to get my hands dirty in the OTC. It's like NFTs. I get scared with it because like I don't have a chart. It's like it's kind of a liquid. It's like, you know what I mean? Like
it's already trading. It's already trading at $1, over $1 OTC right now
on OTC. Yeah, and what's total supply like?
300 million, I think. Circulating supply is 180.
So 180 mil market cap on OTC. It's pretty fucking high.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of hype though, man. Like a lot of people are excited for it. I mean, in terms of like the community that they've already amassed is fucking impressive for a project that's not even launched yet. Like a lot of people are excited for this, which is crazy, man. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's the project that I'm looking forward to the most, I would say, out of zero, 100%.
I think I'm on Checked. Checked is seriously like flying out of the radar right now. Like the volume is literally like $200,000 a day.
Yeah.
Current take on Hathor. I'm actually liking Hathor here in the medium term. I believe they've got their halvening in 30 days. And if you guys don't know, the Hathor swap and Hathor NFTs is really turning up. And if I look at the Hathor chart on, maybe I'll post it. I'll flick one into the thing.
Dude,
the Hathor chart looks like a massive accumulation.
When nano contracts.
Contracts.
I'm waiting on that, dude.
They were supposed to hit this year, right?
I think so, yeah. But Luke, what are you seeing in the chart?
I haven't looked at the Hadlor Bitcoin chart, but I'm looking at the Tether one, and it honestly just looks like a massive big accumulation range, really. Like Hadlor really hasn't had the run that the other L1s have. And if you look at the Bitcoin weekly as well.
Mm-hmm.
I have the chart open. It's a good weekly.
Oh shit. Fucking hell. My bad.
That's right.
The Bitcoin chart's even more interesting because it finally broke this range and then it's like kind of like teetering back in. It's kind of like PYR.
Ooh.
Never heard that before.
That's kind of a metaverse project.
The Metaverse project. The Metaverse.
The Metaverse.
Whenever someone tells you something awesome, I'm like, that's the Metaverse.
The weird thing about the Metaverse is like it's so abstract, you know, like everything's a metaverse. Like everything can be the metaverse.
Yeah.
And it's just
that's
like
it's hilarious.
It's kind of like it's a weird one, you know? Like the metaverse is a weird one. Like I feel like you have to separate play to earn and metaverse. They're two like kind of different things, right? Because the metaverse, as if you want to think of like a true metaverse, like I think we've spoke about this a little bit before, but like if you want to talk about a true metaverse in the sense of like a Ready Player One, right, where you know you put on these VR goggles or like it blurs the line between the metaverse and our universe.
I think he's about to orange pill us.
No. I'm not going to go down that road. Okay. But like, if you want to talk about like a metaverse, it's like, we're so far away from that reality. Do you know what I mean? Like we are so far away. And it's just like, I feel like this whole...
There's so much infrastructure that needs to be built out.
Exactly. There's just, we're not close to the reality of what like a metaverse is or what a metaverse should be. You know, like just the simple building blocks are not even there yet. You know, like I mean, interruptibility is a huge one.
Exactly.
So like the idea of like, you know, we can, you know, I mean, the simple thing, like let's just say a hypothetical scenario. I know you have to go, so like we'll keep it short. But like, you know, you have a VR headset on, okay? You're in this metaverse, okay? You're playing a game. You have a gun that's an NFT, okay? So you're playing the new Metaverse Call of Duty game, okay? And you have this fucking sick-ass AK-47 that you've purchased as an NFT, okay? Well, then the idea or, you know, the dream would be, well, what if I go into Halo and I take my NFT AK-47 with me? And it's just like... That the concept of that is amazing, but like there's no understanding of how games are developed. Like it's
also like it feels also like you're ruining the vision. Like an AK-47 in Halo is not Halo.
Exactly.
You know? Like if you just have unfettered cross universe like proliferation, like the whole meaning of the game itself kind of breaks down in a way.
Exactly. So I just and that. And I mean, just the interruptibility aspect of it is just like it's so necessary, and there's so many. Like everyone has to adhere to the same standards, and I just feel like we're so far away from it. Like this is something that to become a reality is, I mean, at least a decade.
cycle.
I would say at least like 5 to 10 years away. You know.
Who knows, man? But I would say if at least until next cycle, like 2004, 424.
But that's more like big picture stuff that works flawlessly. I'm pretty excited about the games out there now that are on chain. Like the one I'm looking at playing tomorrow, just for a bit of fun, because you know, like who the fuck wouldn't want to just stay at home playing like Zelda / Pokemon and earn a few $100 a day? You know, like there's a game called DeFi Kingdoms, and it's the first game on crypto that I've actually like literally wanted to play. It actually looks pretty dope, dude. And they're coming to Avalanche and stuff. But
oh my god, this looks like Stardew Valley.
Zelda / Pokemon.
Have you ever seen Stardew Valley?
It's
yeah.
No.
It looks like that.
Stardew Valley is classic.
But the reason I'm bullish on this is the same reason I don't know if people have watched that video Ghost where we talked about Axie's Infinity, but I find it bloody hard to be bearish on something that can, you know, people in third world countries can make $30 a day playing a game for 20 minutes. $30 a day to people in third world countries is literally sometimes a weekly wage.
What does that say? It's so meaningful. Like if you can build that, and it's like
it's Axis Infinity. I spoke to someone I know a mate in Philippines who quit his job, and all his friends quit their jobs to play it, and they all just like 10x their salaries.
Like they're not contributing to society and like picking fruit or like digging holes or whatever they're doing over there. They're actually just playing this VR game. I don't know if I'm happy for them or if I'm terrified.
Oh, you sound like such a boomer. Shut up, boomer. Okay, come join me in my game where I make more money than you.
I've already set up a slave farm.
Goodbye, guys. I'll see you later.
Okay. Bye. Speak to you soon.
We'll wrap this up. Yeah. It's been a while.
We've been going for just under an hour, so it's a pretty good time to maybe wrap it up and call it a day. But we're looking to, so we should probably talk a little bit about the roundtable, I guess. So we are, we've been aware of the fact that we've kind of started this entity, and it's been a little bit stop-start and all of that jazz. But we really want to give it the love and attention that it deserves now. And, this here, with you guys joining us, which is really nice. This is a really good starting point for us, and we're treating it as a starting point. And instead of talking the talk, we're going to walk the walk, and so instead of saying we've got all these amazing ideas, we're going to do this, it's like, let's just do it, So we do have a lot coming. We have a pretty cool, I guess we can talk about it. We don't have to hide anything, but we have a really cool rebrand coming. Everything, the whole visual language, we have a really cool website coming. What's this video? Hold on.
Bro, this is the farm on Axis Infinity.
Shut up.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
What? How many phones there are?
Bro.
Oh my god, that's insane. Have you ever seen that picture of the guy playing Pokemon Go on the bike?
Nah, but what? He's got probably 30 phones.
Yeah.
And some strap on his back. I was like, yeah.
Exactly. He's on a bike and he's got this rig set up, and he's got about, I'm not joking, he's probably got about 40 phones on this rig, and he's just walking up, he's just riding about, and he's just got his hand just fucking throwing Pokeballs at all of these Pokemon. It's like insane.
Do you know what I find insane? And this is definitely a wrap up. I'm sorry guys, but it's just so cool in my mind how many different avenues a young person can take today to make a living. Do you ever think about it? There's people out there who are probably just trading DeFi Kingdom's heroes for money, or there's people out there who are literally just finding the best stable coin farm, making $50 a day and moving it to the next.
Yeah.
There's people out there. I watched my girlfriend watch a YouTube video on a guy review fucking shampoo. He has 4.8 million subscribers. And I said to myself, if that man can make a living on YouTube, anyone can. I really just need motivation. You just need motivation and to find a need.
I just read that, sorry.
Buddy, I reckon he did. But mate, he was a proper hairdresser, obviously. But it's smart, he has a skill. He's a good hairdresser.
Yeah.
And then how do you blow up your audience? YouTube's not getting any smaller, guys. Honestly, YouTube is not getting any smaller.
Yeah.
The ad revenue is actually increasing. The viewer base is getting bigger. Wait till people are self-driving cars and they spend 45 minutes to an hour in the back of their car every day watching content.
Yeah.
That's literally probably 1 billion people who drive to work every day. The viewer base is not getting smaller. It's only going to get easier to make it on YouTube. And honestly, it's exciting because even my little brother, he's becoming an electrician and shit. I'm thinking, mate, you're a fucking weapon at games. Put your mind to it for a few years and you literally can play video games for a living. It's just crazy. Yeah. I went on a massive fucking rant there, but
it's like a generational thing though, right? Because someone I'm related to is a YouTuber, right? And him and his partner are YouTubers, and they blew up. They're legit fucking YouTubers, and they've done very well for themselves. And it's when I talk to my mum or you know, just an older person in my family, and they say, how's Thingy doing? And you say, yeah, they do YouTube now. And then they say, oh, right. And you say, yeah, they're doing really well for themselves. The whole story, got a nice house and all shit like that. And say, oh, so what do they do? Yeah. You say, well, they play video games.
YouTube.
They play video games and they talk about the games. And they go, but how do they get money? Like, it's just like, it's this whole detached boomer mentality of just like, that can't be, you can't make money from that. That just is so fucking far removed from like, it's the whole fucking Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger thing of just like, well, no, you have to, well, it sounds like fucking Ghost, where it's like, you have to have a farm and shit like that, you know? Like,
it's like, if I wasn't lazy, I would be making TikTok videos and then I would be putting Amazon like ref links in it, because like some of these videos you get like 30 million views. If let's say your conversion's like 0.1%, you make like 80 grand a product just from putting the link in your fucking video, man. You know what I mean? Like, this is like no joke. Like, the internet is one massive marketplace, and if you can figure out a place to excel, and trust me, you don't need to be a, you know, someone who's good at everything. You know, like some people probably are just good at trading NFTs, but they can't fucking buy good altcoins or trade Bitcoin on leverage for, you know, dog shit. But they can nail NFTs, and that's all you got to do. You just got to find your thing in the internet and just focus on it. You know what I mean? Because like the growth in some of this shit is just insane. But you know what, Dredd? I'm actually going to play DeFi Kingdoms, and I'm going to make a tutorial, and we should put it up on the Roundtable.
Oh shit! I'll play that shit with you.
Fun.
I'll play that shit with you.
Yeah, dude.
Let's fucking do it.
It's coming to Avalanche. It's on Harmony at the moment, I think. Never used Harmony, but bloody cheap, I've heard. But I'm really only Bridgard on Avalanche, so I'll probably wait.
All right, then we're gonna wrap it up. We've just gone over an hour, but thanks for everyone for joining us, all the live crew. This is going to be archived. It's going to be on our YouTube channel. Once it's up, we'll post it and we'll let everyone know. But honestly, thank you everyone, and we'll make sure that these are regular and you can be a bit more interactive. Maybe we'll even dabble with opening up the voice chat so people can talk with us. I think that would be cool. So
yeah.
All right then, guys. All right then, guys. We will wrap it up. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a good day. Have a good weekend wherever you are. Peace. Love ya. Bye.
Cashes.